crazy. And that's why, you know, mental illness is on its highest level, because back in the days, if you didn't like someone, you just didn't mess with them. Like, I'm from New York originally, right? So if I didn't like you, I wouldn't go on your block. I wouldn't hang out with you. I wouldn't even hang out with people you hang out with because I don't like you. I'm old school in that. Maybe that's a kind of mindset. I'm old school in that way. Like, if I don't like you, I don't want to hang out with, and I wouldn't hang out. Listen, if someone talks, like if I have a friend who I'm close to, if someone was talking dirty about my friend, I wouldn't be friends with them, because I wouldn't even allow someone to talk about my friend all grimy. Like, as soon as you start talking grimy about my friend, we aren't friends, because I have loyalty like that. Is this online arena is full of like falsettos. Like, it's set up to create narratives that are negative a lot of times, not always, but it's set up for catfishing and also for demonizing people who are more legitimate. It's set up like that. And it's not just me, because it's not, I'm smaller in this arena. I'm kind of like in my own genre. So it doesn't matter, because for me, I'm in my own genre. I don't promote myself, nor do I want to. I'm here for the shenanigans. I've been here for a long time. But for like other channels, I think it's cruel how you'll see that like they will attack other channels, like, and make up the most just lies, or dox them, put out their personal information on where they live so that people can hurt their children or their families. Like, I've seen that a lot of times, and I'm like, oh wow, like it's to a whole, the ethics and morality online is just literally zero. It's really quite sad. You know what I mean? So be careful online too. Be careful with these people. You know what I mean? Just, if you aren't able to verify them, you don't even know that they're real. They could literally be part of the AI system too. You don't even know if the people on here are real. Sometimes AI will send things. So you can't, that's what I'm saying. It's nice to do meet and greets because you meet people, because I was doing that before, but I don't really have incentive to do that. I told you my next conference will be in Brazil, because I'm going to let the ETs verify people. Yeah, my next conference will be in Brazil. I don't know when, but definitely in Brazil, because I think it's just a magical place. A lot of the content that I had in Brazil is off the charts, and they aren't regulating the ETs like that. So the next meet and no, not meet and greet. The next conference is definitely going to be in Brazil. It'll be in South America. I don't know when, but it'll be then. I'm excited about that. I don't know if it's got to be pre-pole shift or post-pole. Well, I'm having a VIP post-pole shift party. And if you're alive and still living in physical body outside this firmament or in, you're going to be invited to the VIP party, the pole shift. Oh, that'll be fun. The balance of what you bring energetically, what you have. Let's see. It's the balance for what you bring energetically above and below. For all kinds of get enveloped with the orbit, your essence, merge with them and transmute it. Well, thank you, Cece. Sometimes I like to be a little messy, Cece. That's all it is. You want to go to Brazil, Casey? Yeah. I'm going to have the next conference. I think it's nice. I would really, it'll be beautiful. So, and I love another eye drop choice, not Merlin. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be an amazing amazing time. I wanted to do it, I think I wanted to do it last year, but I'll have the conference. It takes me a while. I just have to remember, for me to create it, it takes me a while to do it, because I do it on my own. But yeah, it'll be out of this world. Yes, it will. Anyway, y'all, so I'm out of here. You can join us tonight on Zoom. We'll be on in the next, how many hours? We'll be on in the next, it's 4 p.m. Central here. So we'll be on in about 3 hours. I need to get something to eat. Yeah. I'm going to grab something to eat. I got to, you know what? Has anyone ever found, you know what I want? I know it's not the season for breadfruit, but does anyone know where to get breadfruit? I love breadfruit. Oh, that's the only thing I miss in Florida. I love roasted breadfruit. I need to find a place where I can get breadfruit. They don't do breadfruit in a lot of places. You know what I mean? If anybody knows where to get breadfruit, that'd be great if you know. because I'd order it. I know it's not good to get fruit that's from somewhere else, but I crave breadfruit so much. So delicious, and it's so high in like magnesium, potassium. So good. Ugh, you know? So 3 hours will be on Zoom. You can check how to get onto Zoom via the description. It's in there. If you want to join, you don't have to. I talk to you guys a lot, so you won't ever hear me push. If you want to come on Zoom, it's fun. But if you do want to be interviewed and you are an extraterrestrial or a time traveler, or you are someone in contact with another being, these are all have to be verifiable. Definitely contact me by goddessdell@gmail.com. So GHADDESSDELL@gmail.com. So you can be on my show, Aquarius Rising, the Ninth Gate. It's like my remix. And they may have it prepackaged at a natural grocery store. I tried. I haven't seen the I tried to get it. I haven't seen it where I am. I crave it this time of year. In Florida, I could get access to breadfruit so much easier. Big up to my Floridians, you know? I love breadfruit. And like during this time of year, I like to grill it. Oh, I like to grill it and then cook it on both sides and then have it like as like next to, like I'll have that with like little fresh mango. So good. Anybody who hasn't tried it, so good. Maybe it's a Caribbean thing, but it's so tasty. The government hates you too? Yeah, I'm not on their list. They put me on a note. They put me on a flight. You know, they put me on a they flagged me on a flight list. They finally did it. They did it before, but I didn't know, but now they put me on a flight list. They literally tagged me, y'all. I'm on the flight list where they I don't know when they did it, but now every single time, and I paid for a different type of entry to go in, they put me on a list. On a fly list. So when people tell you I'm fake, well, apparently the government is putting a lot of stress on people who must be fake then, because that pissed me off though. So I try not to fly anywhere on any American Airlines anymore. Anyway, all right, y'all. I will see you tonight. Can't stop, won't stop. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Heru. Heru's on. Heru's gonna be on tonight. What's good? We'll talk about the affairs that's going on, and also we'll talk about tonight the list, Epstein's list. Oh, it's gonna be exciting. Yeah. All right, y'all. So I will see you tonight. Mwah. Be safe, be conscious, and be at peace. You know what I mean? Bring peace in your life. Okay. So anyway, y'all, I will talk to you later. Peace. I think I'm on. Peace, YouTube. I think. Sometimes I don't know when it starts. Let me know you're in here. If you can put something in the chat. I'm sorry. It's taking me a while. I don't know. Ah, there we go. Thanks, Everett Angel. Hey. Peace, YouTube. This is Fleur Brun coming to you today. Post-eclipse. Solar eclipse. Everybody's doing okay? Hey, my lovies. Check on in. Good. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know when I come in. Check on in. Everybody's survived. We'll kind of chat a little bit before everyone checks in. Shayna says she has to get on those Zooms. The Zooms, you can always come on. We're going back on Thursday. I took a week off, so you can join us. You have to go via Patreon, but you know, we do Zooms every week from 2020. Big up to all the Zombies. We've been on Zoom, and you know, I created it because I think something was happening in 2020. They were blocking my videos, and then there was a guy whose channel I was always on. He did Zooms, like group Zooms, and someone just said, why don't we just try it? We did it, and for, you know, Zooms has been for 4 years, y'all? That long? Yeah, we've got the OGs up in the house. So you're always welcome to come if you're respectful. You don't have to be human either. you can come on. I mean, we break down a lot of stuff. We break down like every week. It's a lot of fun, and it's good camaraderie to talk to people who are just like in your mindset. So you just have to go through my Patreon. Okay, so Patreon, if you join, you come on we had an emergency Zoom on Friday. So it's usually every Sunday and Thursday. It used to be every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So it's fun. So it's up to you. You don't have to join because you get me here. Okay. All right, everybody, check on in. Callie's in the house. Thank you, Julia. You know, that's my aunt's name, Julia. I love that name. Oh, I love that name so much. Yeah. Oh, it's uncensored. It's unhinged on Zoom. You already know. Because it's the things we talk about that just go extra layers. So I always say you don't have to. I don't really, you notice I don't really promote it. I feel like if it's something that you feel drawn to, you'll just come to me naturally. I don't really do all that promotion stuff. I'm not trying to make a mint off of people. If you come, you come. You know what I mean? It's been on for 4 years. It's up to you. Okay. So let's get into it. I'm going to talk about something. I had contact, and I think I mentioned it. Before. Let me talk to all my family. And of course, is it afternoon already? No, it's not. It's, you know, buenos dias, bon dia, konnichiwa, ni hao, jambo. What's the other one I used to say? There's one more. Shalom, assalamu alaikum. Wait, am I saying assalamu alaikum? I'm such a New Yorker. I should be able to say that. That's something we say all the time. Like in New York, big up to all my New Yorkers. You know, you grow up with like the Nation of Islam, the 5%ers. So you usually know the protocol of how to greet people. Assalamu alaikum, or you say shalom, because we have a lot of Jewish people, Israelites. They don't call themselves Jews. They call salam alaikum. Thank you, Mahogany. Salam alaikum. Is that correct? Thank you. BX is up in the house. So we come pretty vetted. If you're from New York, it's like a melting pot. I think California have a lot. It's just different mixtures. So we know how to greet everybody. The Israelites, you say shalom. You know what I'm saying? Assalamu alaikum. Okay, I'm right. The people from Nation of Islam, you go to the bodegas, you say, buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenos dias. You get to know New York is such a melting pot, or what's good, or hola, So it's nice. I love, Sweden's in the house. I love coming from a place where there's that many different nationality. Bonjour, right? Bon après-midi, right? So you have different greetings, People always ask me how come I don't greet in French. It's kind of like, because it's like my default. I'm not around as many French people as I would have been if I was back home. So like when I'm home, you'll see, even though when I speak Portuguese, they hear a French accent, which I don't understand how that's possible. Yeah. Can someone do the mark when we get to 500? I'm going to start the conversation. So does anyone else speak another language? And when they start to speak another language, they have their accent in their original language? I don't know. My girls say it. When I go to Brazil, I had a Brazilian teacher helping me with the language. And when I spoke Portuguese, they heard a French accent. And I was like, how is that possible? I lived in the States my whole life. I don't even speak French that much anymore. And he said he could hear it, and my girls hear it. So it's a little odd, you know what I mean? So for some of you, I hope, let me know if that's something that you, if you also have when you learn another language. Because French is my first language, but it's weird. I don't know why I have a French accent when I speak other languages. Okay. All right, y'all, so we're almost close to 400. When we get to 500, we'll start. Can someone put the timestamp when we start the video so that people who are watching just kind of get it? So it's important. I had contacts. I think I talked about it in some of my videos. We're kind of talk about what happened. Let's talk about the eclipse until we get to the 500, and then I'll start the topic. So if someone can do the time mark, I'd really appreciate it. So post-eclipse. I didn't realize I didn't really get a chance to see it. I thought I was gonna see it, but I didn't get a chance to see it. So I was a little bummed, but some people had experienced it. You saw, now I was trying to figure out if it was a blue beam, because nobody could see it with their bare eyes. Now, I don't know if some of you did. Oh, you speak French and you have a Spanish accent, Ty? That could be the case. I think when we have our default, we go back to our default accents when we speak another language. It's weird though. It's very weird. I didn't know. So some people actually saw it. I don't know if any of you saw the actual clip. Listen, they sprayed so much and I didn't know we weren't gonna get the full on clips. I thought it just went through a lot of different places. I know Mazlan in Mexico, because I'm not too far from that. Mazlan in Mexico, they experienced the full on, like it got dark and everything. And it was kind of cool to watch them do it, but I don't know if it was a hologram. And I personally don't think it was an eclipse. We're going to talk about that too. I don't know if I should bring this up because I'm going to go to talk about the contact I had. They sprayed heavily the night of the eclipse. So I figured something was going to show up. Now, 2017, when I looked up at the sky, I actually saw it with my bare eyes. And I saw the actual eclipse. This time, I didn't see anything, but I guess I wasn't in a direct, Nineveh, which is a like religious name, they were in the path of it. So those people like Austin, Texas got it, New York, Melissa showed me, Dallas got dark. I didn't see it. So, but I also noticed that people could only see the eclipse when they wore the glasses. So it makes me think, and I don't think it was an eclipse, y'all. I think it was something else that showed up that they were trying to hide. And I'm going to talk about the fact that I had contact. So I'm going to talk about the contact that I think is connected to this. And also with this post so-called solar eclipse, did you see the guy whose river? I think it was in Connecticut. Was it Connecticut? No, it was Maine. Maine, the river went backwards, inverted. And you know, for the pole shift, I told you, when we start getting reversed water in your sink that goes in reverse spiral, your spiral should go like this down the sink, right? From right to left, your spiral goes like this, right? But if it starts to go inverted, we know we're close to the pole shift. The fact that the river in Maine went backwards concerned me. The fact that there was earthquakes, shallow earthquakes in New York. New York had a shallow earthquake at 2.3, New Jersey 1.3. Also Kentucky had, I think it was like 3 point something, if I'm not mistaken, in Sandy Hook. I thought Sandy Hook, I thought it was Connecticut, but it was Sandy Hook, Kentucky. Is there a Sandy Hook, Kentucky? I think that's it. They had a shallow earthquake during the eclipse and post, okay? So you could see it with your bare eyes. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why people were saying they could only see the eclipse with glasses. Or maybe they didn't want to take the, and also who makes the glasses? You got to ask yourself, who makes the glasses? And big up to Yahoo who said it was, I don't know how they were trying. Yesterday in Israel, they were predicting hail. We're going to talk about the hail too. Oh, we're at 500. Let me start. Okay, pass. Thank you, Solitaire. Please mark the topic. We'll talk about this a little after, maybe later in the video. Can someone remind me to kind of talk about the eclipse post, or maybe I'll make another video, a shorter one, talking about post-eclipse kind of shenanigans. Okay, so let's get into the conversation. Mark this time, please. I think it's, what time in the video? It's 10:40. Let's do 11. We'll start at 11. Hold on. We'll start at 11. Okay, here we go. So many of you know that I've talked about the lead up of having contact with gorilla type beings. Now, I'm going to talk about the big up. I've mentioned it to my group. It was kind of weird because I was really defensive when people were calling me an ape woman. Now, many of you remember we had a live, right? Maybe it was like, how many lives was it? It was like, when I was talking about O positives, remember? So remember when I was talking about O positives, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 videos ago. Many of you remember people came on here and said, you're an ape woman, right? You're an ape. And I got defensive, monkey woman, right? And I got defensive, right? So I was like, O positives are not linked to it. I was saying, you know, you look all the apes have straight hair, thin lips. If you shave off their hair, most of them are not melanated. Also the cranial structure in the arms, you know, it's a little differential. But to be honest, there are different types of humans on Earth. Indian, Pakistani, I say more Arabs, what else? Other types of people who have remnant, and Africans, and people have, you know, with the primates, obviously we do have people who are reminiscent of primates. Like if we had to bring them together, remember they're closer to humans than all of the other types of mammals, right? So, you know, but it's defensive because usually it's associated with brown people and it's not associated with everyone else, even though you see apes with big noses that are reminiscent of a certain type of people. So Asian looking monkeys, like spider monkeys that look very Asianic. So, you know, I get defensive because people always label brown people as being associated with apes. But you know what was crazy? I talked about O positive, and all inside of my feed was talking about you're an ape woman, the apes, there is monkey blood. So that night, y'all, that's why I say we're living in a simulation, but something happened. So that night we were on Zoom and it was around 2 a.m. And during that time at 2 a.m., I had a video with monkeypox. Remember monkey balls? I call monkeypox. Remember the monkeypox vaccine they were given to the homosexuals and hypersexual people that no one talks about? Nobody talks about the side effects. Nobody talks about what was in that vaccine. Anyway, so I had a video called monkeypox or monkey balls. I don't even know what I named it. And they took it off. YouTube pulled the video at 2 a.m. Let me explain something. That was the same day, well, the day before, you know, because we were on a live, same day that all of a sudden all this algorithm was coming in talking about monkeys because I brought up O positive. Why is it that I went to sleep and when I came out of astral plane, I literally was met with one gorilla, a gorilla, not a monkey, not a chimpanzee, not a orangutan, a gorilla, big gorilla. He had, now mind you, I didn't see the Donkey Kong. I did not see the